Origin of the medallion. The medallion that Valeria finds in her parents' attic in 2024 is much more than just an ancient object. According to the legend that she will discover for herself as she delves into the secrets of the cult of Mithras, the medallion was created centuries ago by a high priest of the cult, who mastered esoteric knowledge about time and destiny. This priest, using occult powers and the favor of the god Mithras, forged the medallion with the intention of it serving as a tool to preserve the temporal balance and protect history from possible alterations. Medallion powers. The medallion has the ability to transport its wearer to different moments in time, but its use is neither simple nor risk-free. Each time Valeria touches it, the medallion reacts to her deepest emotions and thoughts, activating when her desire to change or escape her current reality is strongest. However, the medallion also seems to have a will of its own, guiding her through time to specific events and eras that are crucial to her destiny, and possibly the fate of the world. Time transport. The medallion can transport Valeria to specific times in history. This transport is not random, it is guided by the medallion's need to correct or influence certain historical events. Each time Valeria touches the medallion, she might end up in a different time, facing new challenges and discovering more about the medallion's purpose. Visions of the past and future. In addition to allowing physical time travel, the medallion could also show Valeria visions of the past and future. These visions could serve as warnings or clues about what she should do or avoid, but they could also confuse her by showing her alternative futures based on her decisions. Change in appearance. A side effect of the medallion's time travel is the alteration of certain aspects of Valeria's appearance. As mentioned, when Valeria travels to the year 38 AD, her hair changes from blonde to black. This change could be symbolic, representing her internal transformation as she takes on the role of Valeria Messalina and her deeper connection to that time. Each time she travels, the medallion could alter a small aspect of her appearance, reflecting her adaptation to the temporal environment. The burden of time. Time travel is not an experience without consequences. Each time Valeria uses the medallion, she feels an increasing physical and emotional burden. The medallion draws energy from its wearer, meaning that excessive use could weaken her. This introduces an element of risk. Valeria must be careful about when and how she uses the medallion, as each trip brings her closer to a point of no return. The mystery of the medallion and the cult of Mithras. As Valeria explores her new life in 38 AD Rome, she discovers that the medallion is closely linked to the cult of Mithras. The priests of Mithras recognize the medallion as an object of great power and believe that Valeria has been sent by the god himself to fulfill a specific purpose. However, not all members of the cult agree on what should be done with the medallion, leading to tensions and danger for Valeria. The medallion also has ancient engravings that seem to change depending on the circumstances, revealing new symbols and clues as Valeria progresses on her journey. These symbols could be key to understanding how the medallion works and how Valeria can better control her powers. The demiurge, in Gnostic traditions, is a powerful but imperfect entity, considered the creator of the material world and the one responsible for the cosmos. According to these beliefs, the demiurge has created an illusory reality, a kind of prison for human souls. His servants, the archons, are entities that maintain this order, manipulating and controlling human destinies to prevent souls from discovering the truth and escaping to the higher spiritual plane. Valeria discovers that the medallion was created not only by the priests of the cult of Mithras, but under the influence of the demiurge, with the purpose of maintaining control over the timeline. The archons, servants of the demiurge, are always on the lookout, looking for those who try to alter the established order. Valeria, with the medallion, becomes a pawn in this cosmic game. The medallion has the power to break the threads that the archons have woven through time, allowing Valeria to see beyond the illusion that the demiurge has created. However, using this power puts her in danger, as the archons will do everything in their power to stop her and protect the status quo. Decisions and consequences. As Valeria adjusts to her new life as a Messalina, she realizes that her mission might be much greater than simply surviving in ancient Rome. The medallion not only gives her the ability to travel through time, but also the opportunity to challenge the control of the demiurge and his archons. However, every time she uses the medallion to alter time or challenge the demiurge's illusions, she faces the wrath of the archons. He soon learns that the medallion is not simply a temporal artifact. It is an object of cosmic power, a channel that connects whoever possesses it to the forces of the demiurge and his archons. These archons manifest in terrifying forms, often influencing the people around her or appearing in her dreams and visions, attempting to manipulate her into stopping wearing the medallion. Valeria must learn to resist their influences. Using her knowledge of the cult of Mithras and the Gnostic philosophy she begins to discover on her journey. The decisions Valeria must make about using the medallion. Every time she travels back in time, she is faced with moral dilemmas. Should she intervene in the historical events she knows about, risking altering the future? Or should she try to return to her own time, letting history take its course? These decisions affect not only Valeria, but also the historical figures she meets and, potentially, the course of history itself. The end of the journey. Valeria must decide whether to use the medallion to return to 2024, possibly altering her present, or stay in the past to fulfill the destiny that seems to have been imposed upon her. Will the medallion be destroyed, sealing her fate in history? Or will Valeria discover a way to fully master its power, transcending the barriers of time? When Valeria discovers that there is a prophecy within the cult of Mithras, which speaks of a chosen one, who will break the shackles of time and free the souls trapped in the demiurge's prison. This prophecy describes her, or at least that is how some of the cult sages interpret it. Valeria must make a critical decision, attempt to return to 2024 and leave this world of chaos and power, or confront the demiurge and his archons, risking her life and soul to free not only herself, but all of humanity from the illusion that has been imposed upon them. In a final confrontation, Valeria uses the power of the medallion to confront the demiurge. The outcome of this battle will determine not only her fate, but the fate of all time. Will she be able to destroy the medallion and free the souls, or will she be tempted to use its power for a more selfish purpose? If she succeeds in destroying the demiurge and freeing the souls, the world could change in profound ways, revealing the true nature of reality. If she returns to 2024, she could do so with knowledge that changes her forever, or perhaps carrying with her the scars of her cosmic battle. In any case, the medallion, the demiurge, and the archons will leave an indelible mark on her life and on history.